Look, I think we can all agree that the Democrat Party loves locking up black people.
I want to bring the conversation back to the broken criminal justice system that is disproportionately negatively impacting black and brown people all across this country today. Now, Senator Harris says she's proud of her record as a prosecutor and that she'll be a prosecutor president, but I'm deeply concerned about this record. There are too many examples to cite, but she put over 1,500 people in jail for marijuana violations and then laughed about it when she was asked if she ever smoked marijuana. She blocked evidence. She blocked evidence that would have freed an innocent man from death row until the courts forced her to do so. She kept people in prison beyond their sentences to use them as cheap labor for this.
Yep. They really like locking up black people, but especially black conservatives. Let's talk about it. Hello everyone, this is Keith. Welcome to the Ghetto Sapien channel, your home of inner city intelligence. So we all heard about the mugshot heard around the world. It's Trump's mugshot. First time a former president has ever been indicted with mugshot. This is his fourth indictment, his first mugshot. So everyone's talking about that, as well as the 18 other people who were indicted as well, including his attorneys and his former chief of staff. I want to concentrate on one of the guys that was locked up. So there's a little hypocrisy for you there. And that's just one way black Republicans, independents, libertarians, conservatives are treated differently by the Democrat Party. They really don't give a crap. So let's dig into this story about Mr. Floyd here. Lord Protect Me, director of Black Voices for Trump, is held in jail without bail, without bond. Hours before the former president arrived at Fulton County Jail, Harrison Floyd, once the director of Black Voices for Trump, was booked and then held without bond. According to WXIA, that's a local news source in Atlanta, also known as Willie Lewis Floyd III. Man, he's got a bunch of names. He served as director of Black Voices for Trump and is accused of recruiting Stephen Lee to arrange a meeting with an election worker, Ruby Freeman, and Chicago-based publicist Trevin Kuti. Freeman was in the midst of a harassment campaign by those falsely accusing her of fraud at State Farm Arena. You know, when they had the water leak that everyone had to clear out, and it just ended up being a leaky toilet. So that wasn't suspicious at all. Anyway, according to the RICO indictment, and prosecutors charged Floyd, Lee, and Kuti with trying to manipulate her under charges including conspiracy to commit solicitation of false statements and writings influencing witnesses. So basically, they're trying to say he set up a meeting. Oh God, don't do that. And he had some writings, I guess, that was supposed to try and get this woman to give a false testament, and that was going to just change everything for the 2020 election. Utterly ridiculous charges, but there are many ridiculous charges in Fani Willis's indictment, including people who sent out emails, people who tweeted, people who retweeted other tweets, people who set up meetings. All of these, or gave legal advice to the president. So you can't give legal advice to the president, you can get locked up or be threatened with jail time. That is the state we're in here in the United States. Here's this poor guy's face. Doesn't look too pleased. Look, it's not just election interference they're doing and trying to intimidate people. I think in this case with Mr. Floyd, they are actually trying to intimidate and prevent black people from looking at other alternatives to the Democrat Party. That's a shot across the bow for black independents, conservatives, libertarians, anything but the Democrat Party. That is not acceptable to them. And this guy, he'll probably be made an example to really intimidate and chill any other discussions that black men, especially black men, have about seeking out alternatives to the Democrat Party, because that's happening as we speak. And I think that's why Mr. Floyd is being punished. Here an article, even as far as the BBC, that's, British Broadcasting Corporation. So even in Europe, they've noticed that U.S. election 2020, why Trump gained support among minorities. That was the goal of Black Voices for Trump, to go to the black community, to speak to black people where they were, and try and convince them, or at least bring salient arguments against, about why they should move away from the Democrat Party and consider something else. Apparently, it's kind of effective because, according to this article, 12% of black men voted for Trump. That's unsustainable for the Democrat Party. They can't have that. They won't be able to survive as a party if black people start peeling away. Hence, like I said, lock this guy up and let everyone know about it and throw away the key if quite possible. I think what we can do to push back and show our displeasure is contribute to this guy's bail fund. He needs $100,000. I haven't refreshed this, so he's probably, at least I hope he's up to more than this. I threw my 2 cents in, or my $25 in, to just try and put my money where my mouth is. With Biden inflation, $25 is probably worth 25 cents anyway, but I did what I could do. We need to push back and show that we can't be shoved around or be intimidated, because they're going after everyone. Trump's face can be replaced with your face in that mugshot, because again, they went after his attorneys, which is unheard of for giving legal advice. They went after his chief of staff and other members of the president's staff, and they're going after this guy. And the other thing that was kind of odd was he's also been subpoenaed by Jack Smith, the special counsel. So how's he ended up on Jack Smith's radar in a federal case, as well as Fannie Willis's radar in a state case? It almost seems like there's a little coordination going on between the two, between the Department of Justice and local and county district attorneys. Excuse me, local and state district attorneys are coordinating with the White House. I would normally say that's crazy, but from what I've seen in the last couple of years, there's nothing beyond them. I think Congress is investigating this, and don't be surprised if 2 years from now, because it's usually after the fact, when they confess, yeah, we coordinated everything, we got indictments we shouldn't have gotten, they were overturned as they should have been, but hey, the result was we got Trump. He didn't win. We crushed him. We crushed the opposition. So, whatever, forgive us. That's how this crap actually works when we find out later on that it was all just garbage. So don't let that happen again. Let's see what we can do to help out Harrison Floyd, help him get out so he can speak his mind and do some more damage to the Democrat Party. And don't think it's just conservatives, too. Cornel West is also running as a third-party candidate, and he's getting a lot of traction from the black population. Democrats don't like that. Cornel West used to be like the darling of the left, but now, all of a sudden, they're bringing up the fact that he owes money to the IRS. He's late on child welfare payments. Dude's 70 years old. How he has kids under 18 is beyond me. But now all of a sudden that's coming up, and he's no longer getting on MSNBC or CNN like he used to. He's going to like the Breakfast Club for exposure because no one wants to give him any play. This is a coordinated effort to crush any, and I mean any, from the left, right, or center, any opposition to the establishment party, which is mostly Democrats, but there are some Republicans in there too. We have got to push back legally and non-violently. And I mean that. There are ways we can strengthen ourselves politically, financially, and spiritually. Those are the ways we need to push back against this. But that's my opinion. What's yours? Like, share, comment, and subscribe.